in both semifinals. But let's get things going with the 19-year-old from Trenton, New Jersey, one of the fastest in the world. This is Athing Mu.
In fact, only 3 women in the world have run faster. Here's what she's done so far. At age 16, she came to New York, won the U.S. indoor title at 600 and set the American record. She then went to Texas A&M, where she would be the SEC indoor champion at 800 meters, setting the world junior indoor record, setting the American junior record indoors at 800 meters as well. NCAA champion, 400 and mile relay, setting the collegiate record, and then a mind-boggling 48-8 split on the 4x4. She is as good as advertised.
She went to the Trenton High School in New Jersey, and some of her Trenton Track Club coaches are here supporting her. They fully realize what this young woman is capable of, what she's already done at high school and collegiate level. She just turned professional 2 days ago, and she'll race against another 800-meter star in Kate Grace.
The last time we had Olympic trials in 2016, she won the Olympic trials. She then went all the way to Rio and finished 8th in the Olympic final.
Here is the field for you. Helen Schlachtenhaufen on the inside in 2. That's where she starts alongside Rebecca Mehra, who really had to work hard to make this. Keep an eye on Sage Hurta. First semi underway in the women's 800.
Also in this heat, Chanelle Price, competing in her 9th season as a pro. Her 4th Olympic trials, ran her first Olympic trials when she was just 17, Otto, and she's really running well this season. Looks very comfortable in her first preliminary round. I think she'll be one of the women to make it through to the final for sure.
And we know that Chanelle Price likes the front run, but I was looking to see if Athing Mu wanted to front run as well, but she's content to make Chanelle Price do all the work. They went through 227.6.
Sonia, Chanelle Price, as you mentioned, her 4th trials. She said, more than likely, this will be my last trials. She said, I came here to play, not to play around.
I love that. And she's looked like she's meant business. And back to Athing Mu, who's running her first professional race. I was trying to figure out what is it that makes Athing Mu so special. Is it her physique? Is it her speed? I've talked to her team, and they say it's her capacity to handle workouts. They say no matter what workout they give Athing Mu, she never gets tired. She just goes and goes and goes, and so she's always comfortable. No matter what the pace, it's within her capabilities, and you see it. She always looks comfortable out on the track, and she's able to use her leg length and the stride length to really dominate down the final 100.
Here comes Hanna Green into the picture, hip number 8, all in green. So Chanelle Price, Athing Mu, Kate Grace, and Hanna Green, the top 3 in each semi go through. Here comes Mehra on the outside. Roisin Willis was up at the front. She's now dropped back, the 16-year-old.
They went through 600 at 129.3. You get the feeling that no matter what happens to 700, Athing Mu has the last 100 covered, and here she goes. Oh, look at the big fall.
And Kate Grace picks it up. She's going with Athing Mu. They move past Chanelle Price. Top 3 go through. Athing Mu in 1:59.31 for Athing Mu over Kate Grace and Chanelle Price.
There is nothing about that run that says turned 19 last week. She is running like a veteran. The U.S. women have not won the 800 meters in the Olympic Games in 53 years. We know she's inexperienced, Sonia, but that young lady is capable of going to Tokyo and ending that drought.
I have goosebumps watching her compete. That didn't look like a 19-year-old and didn't look like sub 2 minutes. She looks so easy and comfortably.
And the athlete that fell is Sage Hurta, the 23-year-old from New York.
So she got tripped up on the inside.
With Hanna Green.
With Hanna Green.
Oh.
We've seen some really hard falls at these trials. This one is up there with one of the worst.
And she was still in the mix. She was still in contention to be able to really make a move on the outside. And that's one of the hard things about these trials is your dreams just slip away in a minute. Really tough break for her.
But Athing Mu, I mean, she is in complete control. And the thing about her running all those quarters is that she has such confidence in her speed that she's like, well, when I go to my kick, as we watch Team Mo, cheer her on. When she goes to her kick, who in the field is capable of running 48 seconds for a lap?
No one, not even in the women's 400.
Exactly.
So the 19-year-old leads them home, goes through to the final with Kate Grace and Chanelle Price. Here's Lewis Johnson.
All right, Athing, it looks so easy once again, but how was it for you in this 91-degree heat?
You know, it's getting a little warm, but I am living in Texas, you know, for college, so I guess we're kind of used to this. But, I mean, for it to be in Eugene, it's a little odd, but, you know, we're just working through it, staying hydrated, and just make sure we're well for races. We're
really curious about what's the percentage of effort you put into that last, is it 70, 80? Are we close?
I don't know. Okay. I'm just running and trying to qualify and run, you know, top 2, if not, you know, win the race to get ready for finals. So just like to execute.
All righty, and you did.
Thank you.
See you in the next one. Thank you.
Mature beyond her years. Athing Mu. And then spare a thought for Sage Hurta. Went down hard. Unfortunately, she will not advance, but Athing Mu does. Semi 2 coming up. What the forecast is. Welcome back. Lee Diffie, Addo Bolden, Sonia Richards-Ross, Lewis Johnson for the women's 800-meter semi-finals. Top 3 go straight through to the final. Then the next 2 fastest. Here is Ajee Wilson, the American record holder.
Like Athing Mu, she is also from New Jersey, the American record holder. Undefeated in 800-meter races this year. 1 indoors and 5 outdoors. She won her heat yesterday.
There was a huge cheer just went up for former Oregon student Raevyn Rogers, who won 5 NCAA titles, and she stood on the podium at the World Championships.
And what a race that was. A blistering final 100 meters at that championship brought her from way back to beat aforementioned and her teammate at the time, Ajee Wilson. And she said that Lee, that silver medal and having her face enshrined here on the Bowerman Tower are 2 of the highlights of her career, but she's working towards having so many more.
So the second semi underway. What kind of a race will Ajee Wilson put together here? She's at the front at the moment, center of your screen.
And in the all green, you see Sabrina Southerland trying to make her way. She's now just 4th. She was a heat winner yesterday in just over 2 flat. She's had a breakthrough year in 2021, running 158.
And no, you aren't seeing things. It is Wilson ahead of Wilson. But it's Allie Wilson ahead of Ajee Wilson, and they finished 1-2 yesterday in their heat to get to the semis.
And this heat went through about 2 seconds slower, 29 seconds to 200.
Michaela Meyer in the blue and red runs 3rd. And then Nia Akins, bell lap, here we go, 1 to go.
And Raevyn Rogers, who is well off the pace, but we've talked about how she can handle the final 100 meters of this race, and the 800 just so hotly contested. The first heat was great, and we have some incredible talent in this heat as well.
And we talked about Athing Mu and her ability to close late and her great 400-meter speed. Raevyn Rogers has run some scintillating legs for the University of Oregon, including the one that won them the Triple Crown a few years ago. And now you see her positioning herself into an automatic spot. She's now into 3rd, 129.8 through 600.
So Ajee Wilson rounds up Allie Wilson to take the lead into this home stretch. Nia Akins is not letting Raevyn Rogers get away. She may not have a choice. Here comes Rogers now. That kick home. Listen to the crowd. They appreciate what they're seeing. Ajee Wilson wins 159.49 over Raevyn Rogers, and Allie Wilson are the automatic qualifiers for the final tomorrow.
Great running from Ajee Wilson. She looked completely in control of this round. Looked like her old self, just ready to compete and pounce at the right time. I love the way she separated from the field at 100 meters, didn't want to even leave it to chance. Raevyn Rogers had a lot of work to do in the final 100 meters. Much prefer the way Ajee Wilson put this race together than Raevyn Rogers, who she's going to feel this tomorrow. When you have to work this hard after running 600 meters and then you have to really kick, That's a harder way to run 800. Ajee really able to back off and save some legs there. But Raevyn Rogers looking ready for
and
the
Sonia, I
finals.
just want to correct something I said. I said tomorrow's final.
Yes.
It's actually Sunday.
They do get a day off.
There is a day rest.
Yes.
A well-deserved day of rest. So Sunday is the final. So Athing Mu, Ajee Wilson, winners of the semi-finals in the women's 800 meters. And the cue on the graphic there means those women go directly through. And then there will be those relying on time.